If I ask you to solve either A sine theta is a constant or B cosine theta is a constant, are you able to do it? For example, this type of question, 5 sine x plus 2 is 4. Can you solve for x? Can you solve for x? Should be able to lah. What's the first step that we have to do? Okay, divide by 5. So we get sine x plus 2 is 4 over 5. Okay, does this make sense? Can I have sine something is 4 over 5? Can or cannot? Can, because the maximum value must be 1. Minimum is negative 1. And 4 over 5 is less than 1. Greater than negative 1. So it is possible. Okay, what's the next step from here? Okay, let alpha equals to x plus 2. Then what do we do? Okay, find alpha. So alpha is sine inverse 4 over 5. And you get a value. You don't need to round off. Because it's just our intermediate step. This is our basic angle. Then what do we do next? X plus 2 equals to? Have you found the quadrant yet? Quadrant. What's the quadrant? 1 and 2. Okay, from here, quadrant. Okay, so we say to complete a sentence, because I realized when I say quadrant 1 and 2, 1 and 2, so you don't know what we are talking about, no? We are saying that x plus 2. Okay, let's put a comma here. In quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. Okay? So we have x plus 1 is equal to whatever the alpha is over here. Just copy it down. And the next one, what is it? Oh, sorry, plus 2, yeah. Okay. And in the second quadrant, what do we have? 180 minus alpha. And then you have to check the range, right? You have to check the range. I didn't define the range, but whatever the range is, you can find the range of x plus 2 yourself. Yes? Can I? Realize an issue over here. Since this is a 2, then it is in radian lah. So we should have used pi minus alpha instead. Okay? One small detail. Now, what if I have the question like this instead? A sine. Let's write it further down. What if the question looks like this? A sine theta plus B cosine theta equals to a constant. Are you able to solve this equation? An example, I give you some numbers. 4 sine theta plus 3 cosine theta equals to 4.8. Do you think you can solve this? How? Divide cosine everywhere, is it? Okay. Divide by cosine sounds like a good strategy, so that the objective is to obtain a tangent. Okay. What if I divide by cosine? So I get 4 sine theta divided by cosine theta tangent theta plus 3 equals to 4.8 over cosine theta. Okay. How now? Cannot, right? Wait. When we divide by cosine theta, the whole idea is the sine theta will become tangent theta. Then the cosine theta will disappear. So it looks like it becomes very neat. But on the right hand side, I will have 4.8 divided by cosine theta. So that the two different trigonometries still exist. Can't really help us in this case. No matter how you manipulate it, you can't simplify it to become one trigo only. One trigo ratio. So that was a good attempt, but it doesn't bring us anywhere. If it is 0, but it is not 0, it's 4.8. Okay? If you divide by 4.8, you will get 1 on the right hand side. You won't get 0. Okay, so we are kind of stuck. Okay, so that is where the next topic begins. The R formula. Turns out, let me show you something. Wait, the graph of 3 cosine x. Why is 3 cosine x? In blue. No surprises either. But something interesting happens when I add 2 sine x plus 3 cosine x. Do you think the graph will look complex when I have the next graph? Y equals to the blue graph plus the red graph. Do you think you will get a complex shape?
No. I think it's just a sine graph.
Okay, imagine this maximum at x equals to 0. I need to take 0 plus this 3. Yeah, 0 plus 3. So there will be a point over here, right? That's literally what it means. The blue and the red graph add together. For example, at x equals to 2, whatever this red value is plus this blue value, we add them up and we see what is the resultant. We add every single y value up and we get a new graph. Turns out, the graph looks like this. The green color one. It is, how do we describe this green color graph? How do you describe a green graph? Is it periodic?
Yes.
Does it look periodic to you?
Yes.
Okay, the period, the distance between these two. Is it a constant? All the different peaks, is there a constant period? Yes. What about the amplitude? Is the maximum value constant of whatever this is? Then the minimum, is it constant? And then this shape, it looks really familiar, right? Does it look like a sine graph? At the same time, does it look like a cosine graph? Okay, we call it a sinusoidal graph. It's just a name. Okay? All you need to know is that it looks like a sine graph, it looks like a cosine graph. Okay? Sinusoidal. Okay? Now, class, turns out when I add a sine graph, listen, class, turns out when I add a sine graph plus a cosine graph, I will get a graph that is sinusoidal. It looks like this. Yes. Okay? So, this is what we are going to do. I'm going to show you the relationship between these two equations. Okay? So, suppose one day we need to rewrite all this. A sine theta plus B cosine theta. I am now telling you that it will become sinusoidal. Okay, I don't know how to spell it. Yeah, my spelling not very good. But at least the good thing is I don't need to spell it out. I just need to say it only. Okay? Yes, it is recorded. I think. Yes, it is recorded. Okay, so since it is sinusoidal, I can rewrite this. Let A sine theta plus B cosine theta be equals to R sine theta plus alpha. Okay. Let's pause for a while. Let's pause for a while. I gave you an example of A sine theta plus B cosine theta. What is the value of A in my example? 4. What is my value of B in my example? 3. In that example, how many unknowns are there?
1.
What is the unknown? I am supposed to be able to solve it, and then it's the objective. We'll ask you to solve an equation. Okay? Now I'm going to rewrite an equation like this, an expression like this, A sine theta plus B cosine theta. I'm going to rewrite it like this. Meaning, I can convert my 4 sine theta plus 3 cosine theta to become R sine theta plus alpha. Okay, I want to do a conversion. Take note that I cannot solve this equal to 4.8. I cannot. However, if I say that this is equal to 4.8, do you think now I can solve it? Provided I know the value of R. Yes, I need to know R. What else do I need to know? Alpha. If I know R and I know alpha, and the right hand side is equal to 4.8, I will be able to solve it. Okay, hang on first. I rewrote 4 sine theta plus 3 cosine theta into R sine theta plus alpha. The reason I can write it as such is because we notice that when you add a sine graph and cosine graph, we get a sinusoidal shape. Meaning I can describe this green graph with the equation R sine theta plus alpha. In this case, R will be my amplitude. Does it make sense? R is the amplitude. Okay. Over here, in this graph, in a green color one, what do you think is the amplitude? This is 2, this is 3, and this is 1. This is 3 point, not exactly 3.5, but it's greater than 3. We all can tell that, right? It's greater than 3. This is 3 over here, this is 4. It's greater than 3. Apparently, I'm able to find out the amplitude by taking the sum of the red graph and the blue graph. I am supposed to be able to tell you the amplitude. And notice for this green graph, did it start when the angle is 0? Did it start from 0? like any other sine graph? Did it start from 0? No, it didn't. Then does it behave like a cosine graph where when the angle is 0, it is supposed to be at its maximum point and then it goes down? No, right? It doesn't. It looks like it is actually a sine graph that is shifted to the left. The red color is the sine graph. Okay? It looks like it's a sine graph shifted to the left. Can you tell that?
How can you tell that? You can go left or right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's right. You can go left or right, but the shortest distance. If I want to make the smallest change, I take the red graph, I shift it to the left, then it becomes the green graph already. Of course, the amplitude is different now. Similarly, for the cosine graph, this blue color one, I can also shift it to the right. Then I get a similar shape already, isn't it? My point is, your sine graph and cosine graph, they are related by shifting them to the left and to the right. They are the same, as long as you shift them to the left and right. That's why we have a relationship known as sine theta equals to cosine 90 minus theta. We talked about this before. It is actually a shape, complementary angles. Okay, so as not to confuse you, let's go straight to the derivation. Okay, now, since I let this be equal a sine theta, b cosine theta, be r sine theta plus alpha, let us make use of one of the equations on the board. How do I expand r sine theta plus alpha? Okay, bracket. Sine theta, cosine alpha, plus. Okay, all cool with this? Okay, then I can expand. I multiply r into all of them. R cosine alpha sine theta plus r sine alpha cosine theta. Why do I want to arrange it like this? It looks neater, okay. You look like what? It looks like a sine theta, b cosine theta, isn't it? Okay, what do you think is the value of a now? Are you sure it's r? Think about it. Compare. By inspection, by comparison, a equals to? Good. And b equals to? R sine alpha. Can you compare? Can. Who has trouble with this? Okay. Now I'm going to box up the a over here. This is a. You see that there are two terms? A sine theta plus b cosine theta. A sine theta plus b cosine theta. Can you see now? Okay? And keep in mind, based on our example, the a and the b, they are supposed to be given to us. They are constants, right? Because in the original equation, when you solve 4 sine theta plus 3 cosine theta is 4.8. There was only one unknown, which is theta. But by rewriting it like this, r sine theta plus alpha, I introduced to you two more unknowns, which we said we die must find the value. We must find the value of r and alpha in order to solve it. Okay, so now I have the relationship A is r cosine alpha, B is r sine alpha. What do you think I should do with both of them?
Equals
What can I do with all of them?
equals to 4.8. Sub in the value for A.
A and sub in value? I want a general one. Okay, you can choose to sub in values right now. A is equal to 4. B is equal to 3. And then you evaluate. Find the angle alpha. Okay, so here I have two equations. What if I try to form, I want to form a tangent alpha. How do we form a tangent alpha from these two equations? Okay, let's call this equation number 1, and let's call this equation number 2. How do I form a tangent alpha?
Number 2, A number 1 divided by number 2 divided by number 1.
2 over 1. Okay, so we have B over A equals to number 2 over number 1, R sine, okay, some of you can skip step already, cosine alpha, which is tangent alpha, right? Now, again, keep in mind, did we originally have B and A? Did we have the values of B and A? Yes, we did. In this question, A is 4, B is 3. Meaning, I am able to get this value from the question. If I have this value and it is equal to tangent alpha, can you find alpha? Yes, you can. Alpha is simply tangent inverse B over A. Okay? So based on this question over here, this alpha is replaced by tangent inverse B over A. Okay? Where B is 3 and A is 4. So my alpha is no longer an unknown. It is now a very particular value, tangent inverse 3 over 4. And now I still have one more unknown, which is R. How do I obtain the value of R from equations 1 and 2? How to solve? Okay, give you a clue.
Find alpha first.
No? Okay, let's try using this. What shall we do with equations 1 and 2?
Square them.
Square them. Let's square equation 1 and we square equation 2. Okay, so I have A square is R square cosine square alpha. And B square is R square sine square alpha. Let's call this equation number 3 and this is equation number 4. What shall we do with them? What shall I do with equation 3 and 4? Alpha. What do you think I can do with them? Stop. This is my clue to you. What happens if I take equation 3 plus equation 4? 3 plus 4. A square plus B square equals to? What? C square. Do you agree with this? When I add both of them up? Factorize R square. R square. And what's in the bracket? Need to write or not? No need. So apparently, A square plus B square is R square. Can I find R now? So it is square root A square plus B square. Okay? Now this is all recorded. You can watch it again. But at the end of the day, I just need you to realize something. I just need to take away something. A sine theta plus B cosine theta is R sine theta plus alpha, where R is equal to square root A square plus B square, and tangent alpha equals to B over A. This is known as the R formula. In summary, when I give you an equation such as, just now I was saying, 4 sine theta plus 3 cosine theta equals to 4.8. You cannot solve this. Cannot solve. Oops. However, with the R formula, I see that it is of the form A sine theta plus B cosine theta. I can rewrite it. What is the value of R in this case? Okay, this one everybody can do already. Even if you're lost at the first part, you don't understand how it was derived, you can write down the value of R. What is it? How you give me the working? What is A square plus B square? Follow the formula, easy, right? And this is 5. What about tangent alpha? 3 over 4. So alpha equals to tangent inverse 3 over 4. Calculators, inverse tangent 0.75. And we have 36.869. Is it in radian? I never specify, right? Okay, so theta between 0 and 360 degrees. Okay, now we know that it is in degree. Okay, so this is my basic angle, 36.869 degrees. Sorry, I shouldn't say basic angle. This is the alpha value. Okay, So now our 4 sine theta plus 3 cosine theta, we rewrite it to become, what is it now? 5 sine CR, which is 5 sine, then the next one will be theta plus 36.869 equals to 4.8. So the whole point of this is I rewrite something that you cannot solve. 4 sine theta plus 3 cosine theta. I rewrite it to become 5 sine theta plus 36.869 equals to 4.8. This you can solve. We solved this earlier on at the start. What was the first step? Divide by 5. Then you have sine of an angle equals to 4.8 divided by 5. And so on and so forth.
So how many marks?
How many marks? I can't remember, but this step you all can do. You just need to identify A and B, right? Square root the square plus the square. Tangent inverse the B over A. That one give you 1 mark already. Yes?
What's the requirement to use this formula?
What's the requirement? As long as you see something sine theta plus something cosine theta, you use it, R-Formula. Let us now practice. Turn with me to your exercise 9F, which is on page 299. And these are your homework questions. (6a) 3 cosine x plus 2 sine x equals to 1.2. Okay? This is our exercise right now. I'm not going to solve all of them. That is your job. But we are going to deal with the first 2 steps, which is the 1 mark that everybody is expected to get. Okay? I'll pause here first. You talk. Okay, tell me the substitution. Square root 3 square plus 2 square. What is the value? 6056. Okay, what about tangent alpha? What's tangent alpha equal to?
3 over 2.
Are you sure 3 over 2?
2 over 3.
2 over 3. So alpha equals to? This is in radian. What's alpha equal to? Radian. 4. So inverse tangent, 2 divided by 3, 0.5880. Do you all have that? Anybody lost at writing these few steps? 1 mark. Anybody lost? If not, then we can continue already. So we have 3.6056 cosine x. What's the sign over here? Is it a plus or a minus? Look at the board. Minus. We change the sign. 0.5880.
So how you know when to choose sine or cosine?
Depending on what term appears first. Okay? So from here you can solve this already. We have 30 more seconds. Let's try part B. 2 sine x minus cosine x is 0.8. Are we going to use option number 1 or option number 2?
Option number 1.
Okay. And what is the value of r?
1 square plus 2 square.
Okay. And this is square root of 5. You can evaluate, but I'd rather leave it as the exact value. Okay, same for the previous one. I'd rather leave it as the exact value, which is 9 plus 4, square root 13. Okay, now that I have r, tangent alpha is, how much is it? Is it negative half or half? Look at what I have. What did I say about tangent alpha? It's b over a, right? And if I am using the first one, b over here, b is always positive. There is a minus. This plus minus will be reflected over here. So b itself is positive. So in this case, I'll be writing tangent alpha is half. Okay? Alpha is therefore equals to 0.4636. It is in radian. Alright? Which means that it is now rewritten to become root 5 sine x. Is it a plus or a minus? Plus or minus? Look at what? Minus. 0.4636 equals to 0.8. Can? So we notice that, sorry, give me 1 minute, because I won't be here tomorrow, so I need you all to know this so that you can do your homework. You notice that, hey, when it is sine, it is plus minus, we follow the sign. When it is cosine, we flip the sign. Does it sound familiar? Yeah. Same, right? Cosine always flip the sign for some reason. Based on this part, tell me what's the amplitude? Equals to square root 5. So what is the minimum value? Negative square root 5. Okay, congratulations, you are able to do this exercise already. You have to derive it to realize it, which I didn't derive it for you. Okay? So take down the homework questions. Question 6, 7, 9, and 12. Okay, this is to be done tonight. Tomorrow in class, you'll be doing exercise 10A and 10B. Questions online. Uploaded online. Okay, I'll tell you the question numbers.
So for 9E, can you